Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic: what modern social trend pisses you off the most? Recording strangers to see their reactions. Some people will disagree with this approach, but I hate being recorded. I'm in my mid-20s and not one for pranks, jokes, whatever bullshit is popular. I live in a small town that has a surprisingly large amount of TikTok influencers, so you see these kids recording bullshit everywhere. Most of the time it's harmless dances, but lately they have been pranking people. I was driving down the road and see a bunch of kids standing 100 or so yards down, and then a green flash. My girlfriend freaks out because what we later found was a high-powered laser had just caught her in the face. I get after the kids, who are running like it's the funniest fucking thing, and catch them in front of one of their homes. Proceed to call the cops. Those kids were all charged with reckless endangerment and a host of other things. The videos, multiple of them trying to laser drivers, now belong to the local police. I am very satisfied with how this ended. Seriously annoying people then saying it's just a prank bro is one of the worst things ever to happen to the internet. Exactly. I hate people who disrupt others' days for fun. The worst I have seen were some guys that threw a baby doll face down from a bridge in a river. Then they started screaming that a baby was drowning. A shocked man was about to jump in the water to save the kid. They had a laugh and informed him in the last second that it was a prank. Guarantees that this brave man will think twice before he will ever show civil courage again. Assholes. Quick wholesome fact: numerous studies have been done on fight or flight and bystander responses. It's more likely that the type of person who is willing to leap off a bridge to save a baby would do so without a second thought again than not. Even given the fact that they were told it was a prank, even if it was a real baby that ended up dying, even if they were yelled at and blamed. We don't know why. I just kinda hate YouTuber culture in general. I used to work at a Guitar Center Pro audio department, which is the hub for pretty much all digital creators in one way or another. USB audio interfaces, microphones, MIDI controllers, etc. And almost every week someone would come in filming, not even subtle, I'm at work looking like hell, and whatever profit or notoriety that comes from me being part of your set without consent will never make it back to me. Can't stand that shit. Play DMCA music over your store speakers. Making young children into social media stars. It's fine to share pictures of your kids with friends, but aggressively documenting and marketing your family life for the public at large is creepy. Whenever I see toys at Walmart about that Ryan kid, I just get sad and hope he's as happy as he's portrayed on the box, because I don't think he is. I'm glad I have no idea who this is. That people think their lives need to be viewed to be lived. It's like privacy and being private are considered repressive. People are always online, posting about their lives, and everyone wants validation about every aspect of their lives. Just fucking live em. Social media is a digital zoo. Never thought of it that way, but it's really an accurate take. Advertising slowly taking over every single aspect of our lives. I'm not really exaggerating when I say over 90% of the mail and phone calls I get are junk or scams. Data we generate simply by being online, being sold to the highest bidder without any real way of stopping it, which in turn fuels more ads. Went shopping more than once at a larger grocery store. Congrats, you now get suspiciously tailored coupons mailed and emailed to you even though you don't remember ever giving them your addresses, meaning it's probably linked to your credit card and banking info. The internet is great for knowledge if you look in the right places and allows discovery of fascinating things, but it does sometimes feel like we sold our souls to somebody for it. Me, buys from Amazon a specific one-off item I don't plan on buying again for 5 to 10 years. Amazon, here's a bunch of ads for this specific item. You should buy some more. I've taken to doing any serious online research for bigger purchases on a secondary web browser in private mode so that Chrome won't as easily flood me with ads. Use DuckDuckGo. I use it with uBlock, and it's a damn near perfect combo. Family floggers horrify me. The concept of exploiting your children's lives for views is particularly awful. And because it's a relatively new concept, there are no real laws around child labor or exploitation concerning it. There are YouTubers out there right now who live in mansions worth millions of dollars that they got from shoving a camera in their toddler's face and demanding them to perform for strangers. I can't even imagine the psychological repercussions this will have on these kids in the future. My nieces love that Ryan kid who reviews toys on YouTube. He looks bored and depressed most of the videos. Poor kid. It's sad because his playtime isn't his, he probably gets very little privacy. It's going to be sad to see YouTube famous children in the next 10-15 years to see how they turn out. Maybe even worse than a lot of the child acting stars. Ah yes, I remember the whole Daddy Arfif situation. What happened? Fuck that guy. Entertainment has eaten everything. Politics, personal relationships, sexual intimacy. The yardstick has become not how good are you at something, but how good of a show are you putting on. Agreed, I know couples who are 100% only together to make each other's social media profiles look better. At least they have shared values no matter how shallow. Public grieving. And berating those who don't grieve publicly. When Chadwick Boseman passed away, people were hounding his co-stars regarding their responses. When Malik B of The Roots passed away, Questlove actually found out by being spammed on Twitter by a bunch of strangers. Imagine finding out one of your closest friends died, because random strangers wanted an immediate response from you. I cringe thinking about Vanessa Bryant finding out about Cubs crash from TMZ. It's just completely awful. Reminds me of Buddy Holly's wife miscarrying after learning about his death on the radio. Ooh. I didn't know that. That's horrific. I remember when Nipsey Hussle died, not because I had even heard of him before that, but because everyone was publicly stating how devastated they were. It almost seemed like a competition. People were saying stuff like I've been supporting him for X amount of years, since the beginning, no one is more upset than me. I honestly found it disturbing. It was like his death was just another trend that people on social media needed to post about. This is exactly it, and unfortunately it doesn't just happen over celebrity deaths. A girl from my hometown went missing and it was eventually discovered that she was murdered by someone she met up with from Tinder. I was very good friends with her younger brother when we were kids, so I knew the family very well. As soon as the story made national news, everyone from my hometown started posting memoirs, even those who never knew her, and it became a one-upping competition like you mentioned. The family remained silent, and the brother I was friends with deactivated all his social media because people kept posting about her for months. It becomes almost harassment at a point, constantly being reminded of your family member's traumatic death by people you barely know pretending to care about them. It's disgusting to see people use tragedy to fish for likes so they can feel validated. Treating opinion as fact and fact as opinion. That's my truth. Do your research, says someone who watched some YouTube videos on a subject. Edit: since I'm getting a lot of YouTube is actually good for learning comments. Yes, that's true. I've learned a lot of stuff from YouTube too. But my point was that some people weigh their YouTube education higher than people that actually got degrees on the subject and did actual research, like controlled, peer-reviewed experiments with actual quantitative analysis. That's all. Letting little kids have social media, unsupervised. They are not equipped to handle any of it. So many conflicts spawn out of it. To be honest, most adults cannot handle social media. And the parents refuse to deal with it, so often teachers are stuck handling conflicts that started outside school. Spoiler alert, most answers are social media. Everyone has a right to have a voice on the internet, but not everyone deserves a following /authority/influence. Just because you paid off your car doesn't mean you're qualified to become a financial coach. Couples recording pranks on each other that are so painfully staged. It's the same super popular trends that are reproduced. Like, do you really need to act so shocked the 10th time your girlfriend pretends to strip in front of the camera but actually has clothes underneath her towel? Are you really that shocked? At this point I just block, but I just can't imagine people have that much time. Recording people in need for clout. I came upon this couple yesterday with the whole prank thing. They had a bunch where they were in the kitchen, he would hide behind the island and smack her butt, then duck down again. She would act scared and start asking the air who done it, and run around the kitchen until he stood up and did the whole "it's a prank babe." These people are getting literally millions of likes, but it's painfully fake. I don't know who is worse. The people who make those videos, or the people who like them. I'm exhausted with how vapid and fake social media is. In the future I hope there will be a set of socially accepted rules regarding what shouldn't be recorded, especially regarding minors and animals. It's frustrating to watch people force their kids and pets to do things for social media. One of the last straws on Facebook for me was my husband's friend posting a video of his 6-year-old son, asking very pointed and loaded questions to try to perpetuate his own political views and agenda. It was so sad and repulsive. 8 months without Facebook now and I will never go back. Pop culture has always been vapid and fake, but social media certainly shines a brighter light on that fact. How everything needs to be on social media. I have to explicitly say to family members, please don't put this on social media at family events etc. As an example, trying to post that I had gotten engaged on Facebook before I'd even got to tell close family and friends who weren't actually there. Then getting defensive when you say, can you not post that please? I think that's what annoys me more, the entitlement of people. Like they have the right to post it and how dare you tell me not to. Legal or not, I really don't think people have a right to publish recorded content featuring my face or anyone else they want. The argument I get is it's my Facebook. Well, that may be Auntie Jill, but it's my face and life and I don't want all the random strangers you accept invites from knowing my life.